SIO. Si vous devriez éteindre le son de votre appareil électronique, voulez-vous que j'effectue la lecture des consignes en anglais ou en français?
En anglais, s'il vous plaît.
Each team has 30 minutes to present its case to the judges. I will show a board for the 10, 5, last 2 minutes, and last 30 seconds of the presentation. During the last 10 seconds of the speech, I will indicate by means of my two hands the number of remaining seconds. A team not having its presentation after 20 minutes will be stopped to move on to the period of question. A period of question of a maximal duration of 5 minutes is assigned to the jury at the end of the presentation. I would like to remind to the jury that it's mandatory to ask at least one question during this period. I will invite the judges to introduce themselves and then the team can begin. Présenter les juges.
Maurice Guénard, Strategy Consultant at la Société de l'assurance automobile.
Dan Shields de la Société de l'assurance automobile.
Jacqueline Corbett, Professor of Management Information Systems at FSIU Laval.
Denise Nat, Société d'assurance automobile du Québec.
Harold Arsenault, University of Laval at the IT department.
In the information age, knowledge is power. In the specific case of the SAAQ, knowledge represents the opportunity to improve road safety, but ultimately, what it represents is an opportunity to save lives. We strongly believe that by pursuing a solution that makes data easy to understand and share, while at the same time allowing us to receive relevant information, we will be able to have a measurable and meaningful impact on road safety across Quebec. Good morning and thank you very much for joining us. My name is Nicholas and these are my colleagues Wendy and Antoine, and today we're going to tell you about our solution for the SAAQ. So we're going to walk right into our analysis and explain to you what our auto-safe solution really is, what our auto driver app is, and how it will auto-sell, essentially selling itself. We're going to talk about the measurable impact of our solution, how we're going to implement it, and finally go over some of the key takeaways. So your current business model focuses on two main areas: designing and implementing protective measures, and also controlling and monitoring road users. Now the problem here is trying to implement a BI system and convincing everyone in the organization that this will be the best way to go. The ultimate goal of this problem is to prevent road accidents. So in order to accomplish this goal, we want to look at two main areas, two main violations: speeding and cell phone usage. We're looking at speeding because we feel that is the most dangerous area, with 47% of respondents in the survey feeling the same way. We also believe that cell phone usage is a very important area to tackle. It's been growing since 2010 at a very quick rate. And because of this, we need to tackle this problem right away. So what demographics are we going to target? So who are they going to be? They're going to be young drivers from the ages of 16 to 24. Why is this? Because there's an overrepresentation of dangerous drivers in this category. And the supporting facts are there. 21% of drivers involved in accidents in 2013 were within this age category. So what your mission is to improve road safety. What we're recommending is targeting young drivers so that we can also have a trickle-down effect in the long run. We want to get them when they're still young. We want to reduce speeding and cell phone violations. And what is our solution? The auto data, which is BI separate from an ERP. The auto driver app, which is a cell phone application that also has an incentive for good driving. And finally, this is going to auto sell, and we'll explain based on reasoning, actions, and impact how this will sell itself.
Alors, sûrement, on va aller directement dans la recommandation. Donc, il y a trois parties à la recommandation. Côté tout ce qui est organisation de données, côté tout ce qui est pour le conducteur, et côté aussi comment on va justement marketer le tout. Donc, on va commencer par les données. La façon de faire traditionnelle pour tout ce qui est des ERP, c'était vraiment on commence par acheter un ERP, ensuite on l'intègre, et ensuite, une fois que c'est intégré, une fois qu'on a fait le lavage des données, etc., on commence à intégrer et à acheter la solution d'intelligence d'affaires. Donc, le problème avec ça, c'est que l'intelligence d'affaires est vraiment couplée avec le système d'ERP. Donc, qu'est-ce que ça cause? Ça cause beaucoup de risques parce qu'une implémentation de ERP, souvent, il y a beaucoup de problèmes qui arrivent, il y a beaucoup de problèmes qui surviennent et ça fait qu'aussi il y a beaucoup de résistance. Donc, c'est beaucoup plus difficile à vendre aux managers, à tous les stakeholders, quand le système est vraiment couplé, quand on n'est pas capable de voir la valeur à ce moment-là. Donc, si on regarde Gartner, qu'est-ce qu'ils disent? Gartner, c'est les principaux analystes en technologie. Qu'est-ce qu'ils disent? C'est que, commençant en 2016, c'est vraiment la fin d'ERP traditionnel, où il y avait vraiment un gros bloc, et qu'ensuite on achetait des modules quand on s'en allait. Donc, la nouvelle façon de faire, c'est vraiment c'est d'avoir, au lieu d'avoir un ERP qui est vraiment monolithe, c'est d'avoir un ERP qui, oui, va gérer tous vos processus d'affaires, mais c'est d'avoir un BI qui est séparé. Donc, qu'est-ce que ça permet? Ça permet vraiment d'aller chercher toutes les données qu'on veut, mais aussi de découpler le risque de l'implémentation du ERP et de donner de la valeur plus rapidement aux utilisateurs. Donc, ça, c'est une compagnie qu'on recommande, c'est Don't BI, Just Search. La compagnie s'appelle ThoughtSpot, c'est une compagnie de Californie. Eux, qu'est-ce qu'ils font? C'est vraiment, par exemple, c'est comme vous cherchez dans Google. Comme par exemple, si je cherche nombre d'accidents d'automobile par année, eux, ils vont produire des dashboards avec ça, ils vont produire un rapport de données avec ça, que les gens au customer service, que les managers peuvent utiliser pour ensuite communiquer les informations ou faire des décisions au lieu d'être réactifs, qui sont proactifs. Donc, c'est vraiment d'aller chercher de la valeur rapidement puis de le vendre plus facilement à tout le monde. Donc, c'est ça qu'on disait avec ThoughtSpot. ThoughtSpot, c'est une compagnie qui offre cette solution-là à plein de gens dans l'industrie. Ils targetent surtout les gens dans les Fortune 100, Fortune 10. Donc, ils ont vraiment des grosses implémentations. C'est un modèle sous subscription. Donc, les données vont sur le cloud, mais c'est du hosted cloud. Donc, c'est vraiment, par exemple, la SAQ aurait les machines de ThoughtSpot. Les données vont dans ça, puis ensuite, les employés peuvent chercher dedans. Donc, c'est vraiment une façon qui est moins risquée que d'aller avec une implémentation traditionnelle de l'intelligence d'affaires. Donc, pourquoi cette façon-là? C'est vraiment de réduire le risque, de réduire les coûts, mais aussi c'est beaucoup plus facile à déployer et c'est plus rapide aussi à déployer. Donc, qu'est-ce que BI peut donner? Donc, c'est vraiment de donner du pouvoir aux gens qui sont plus bas. C'est vraiment qu'au lieu d'avoir des analystes qui font des rapports, des analystes qui analysent toutes les données, c'est d'avoir un système qui permet à tous les gens dans la chaîne d'avoir de la valeur, d'apporter de la valeur, puis d'apporter leur insight dans l'entreprise, dans la SAQ.
So first we discussed auto data, which is how we can use our data for decision making. And now we're going to discuss auto driver. So what is auto driver? So we believe that auto driver is targeted towards individual drivers on the road. So these may be young people because they are really, commonly using mobile cell phone devices, and therefore they will actually download this system in order for them to decrease their insurance costs. So how will we do this? So first, we're going to track their driving use on the data with the Auto Driver app, and then we're going to provide them with incentives for good driving. So this gives them the incentive to download it and gives them the incentive to continue using it. And lastly, of course, there's a sample that has already been launched by Samsung. So they actually launched a promotional video already of a sample driving app. So such a system has already existed on the market, and it means we don't necessarily have to develop it in-house. So what does the system look like? So we believe that this system can take the driving data of individual drivers on the road and track, let's say, how many times they're over the speed limit or how many hours they're on the road. So they will be able to see their own speed limit and how many minutes per day they're over the speed limit. So this way they can actually track their own progress as a good driver in order to improve road safety in Quebec. So for example, each month or each week they can look at their sample statistics for how many hours they've been driving on the road, how many minutes over the speed limit they've been spending, what's their average speed per day, and the distance traveled this year. So it's kind of like an advanced driving app that can really help drivers also track their gas usage, because of course everyone cares about how much they've been driving. These statistics can really help the individual driver to analyze their own actions. Furthermore, they can actually compare themselves with the average in their age group. So let's say they're a young driver, they can see how their driving compares with other young drivers on the road. So the incentive is really for them to be better than the average and for them to improve on their driving altogether. And of course, they will have a driver score. So this can be released by the insurance company to give them whether they're excellent, they're very good, or needs improvement. So therefore, they can actually get an update on where they are in their driving process. And why would they actually download this app? You might be wondering, what's the incentive? So what we believe, here are some factors for the insurance price. It's how many hours they're on the road, what's the region, annual kilometerage, and obviously whether they've had speeding tickets before. So the incentive is that the price for drivers of their insurance will decrease based on their driving data. So they have an incentive to be a good driver. And what does this quantify exactly? I know you're probably wondering. So we believe that it is safe to say we can give the 1 cent per saved kilometer for a maximum of 3,000 kilometers a year. So this is just an estimate of a pricing model that you could use, but we believe this gives them an incentive. So let's say you are driving 1,000 kilometers, it saves you $10 this year, but what you're really doing is you're only opening your phone and downloading an app, and you're just letting the app run. So it is a good incentive for people who do drive a lot per year. So let's say you drive 4,000 kilometers a year, then you're saving a maximum of $30. So on car insurance, that's typically $60 or $70 per year. 30 is a big number for them to save. And now I will send it to Nick for auto sell.
So how is this actually going to sell itself? We believe in a combination of 3 different ways. First off, with reasoning, our sound actionable plan, and a quantifiable risk reduction. So for starters, how are we going to convince colleagues? Like we said, we're going to be incentivizing drivers and getting more people involved. We're going to easily reduce speed violations and dangerous driving in the specific age category of 16 to 24 just by making them more aware of their driving habits. And finally, it's going to be improving awareness of using cell phones while driving, which, as we said previously, is a very interesting and important area to address. So how are we going to incentivize the drivers to join? Well, it pays to be a good driver, and we want people to know this. Accidents involving speeding is very expensive for every party involved. You know, cars can be completely destroyed in many instances. We want people to understand that reducing their accidents, reducing the cost of insurance through good driving is really the way to go. And saving up to $30 a year is a very big selling point, especially in a category where we're very price sensitive because we're younger. So our actionable plan, how are we going to market this for younger individuals between the ages of 16 to 24? Well, step 1, we got to get phone numbers where they can renew their licenses. And step 2, it's going to be easily sending them SMS messages with a downloadable link for the application, so it goes through the second party, searching it online, it's just given right to their phone. And finally, we can then send their specific driving reports through their app and allow them to play around with it, share it with their friends, and compare with other individuals.
So now we're going to quantify what is the risk reduction we can achieve with both the auto data and auto driver application. So first, obviously the two causes of road accidents we're targeting is speeding and cell phone usage. So we're going into a little bit more detail about how we can quantify this risk. So when the data is open on their phone, they will not be able to use their cell phone while the car is in motion. So this is similar to what GPSs already do, but since we're trying to reduce cell phone usage, this can really help them really not touch their phone screen this time. And lastly, they will be able to get alerts when their speed is over limit. So their phone will say, hi, you're at 100 kilometers an hour, the speed limit in this zone is 60 kilometers an hour, please slow down. So very simple system that could really help us reduce road accidents. And next, how are we quantifying this based on the drivers in Quebec and based on our target market? So first, young drivers between the ages of 16 to 24 in Quebec is just about 500,000 drivers in 2013. So, and based on the statistics, just about around 20% of them engage in accidents with their injuries. So that's 15,000 injuries, which is a lot in this one group. And lastly, we believe that with the app, we can reduce the injuries by 30% by the year of 2020. And how do we do this? When they come in and renew their license, we will give them the information about the app, and then they can have to download on the spot when they renew their license or through other incentives. And based on that, this 30% reduction in injuries means a 4,500 decrease in number of injuries per year. And keep in mind that this is only for the young drivers market. And this app is available for everyone else in the province as well. So therefore, there will be even additional reduction in road from those categories. So this is a really conservative estimate of how many injuries that we can really save per year. And in terms of the cost breakdown of how much this is going to cost, so we actually do have very specific details about how we came about these costs, which are actually at the end of your package in specific detail, but I can kind of explain here how we got to these numbers. So for our marketing costs, obviously we're going to hire a marketer who is going to take care of all the SMS and all the marketing related. In terms of the application cost, we consider the upfront costs first. So how much does it take for us to partner with the company to really launch this app? And then how much it is going to take for us to maintain this app. So the ongoing costs and all the licensing fees per year. And then for the BI application, obviously the same thing. We're going to start with the upfront cost and then followed by the maintenance fee. So the total is just around $1 million for the first year. And then what does that mean for you? Based on $1 million of cost for this project and total accidents prevented per year, at a very conservative estimate, it's just about around $230 to save one accident. And this is in the first year alone. So the cost will actually decrease in the next years because you already have incurred your fixed fees. And since these injuries can be major, can be minor, they can be fatal, this really means a lot to the province of Quebec, being able to save lives in this way.
Donc, cette implémentation-là, on ne pense pas que vous seriez capable de faire ça. On ne pense pas que c'est une bonne idée de le faire seul. Par exemple, c'est vraiment une bonne idée d'aller chercher un partner qui est un leader comme vous, qui veut être un leader comme vous. Dans l'industrie, présentement, qu'est-ce qu'on voit? C'est qu'il y a vraiment un shift vers tout ce qui est transformation digitale. Donc, il y a vraiment 3 compagnies de consultation qui sont très bonnes dans ce sens-là, qui sont Accenture, Deloitte et IBM. Donc ici, c'est le Magic Quadrant de Gartner encore. Donc c'est vraiment l'habilité d'exécuter tout ce qui est capitaux, tout ce qui est main-d'œuvre et tout ce qui est completeness of vision. Donc comment ils peuvent vous aider, comment ils peuvent réaliser votre vision et aussi leur vision. Donc par exemple, Accenture, cette année, ils ont fait 2 acquisitions de compagnies qui étaient aux États-Unis, qui travaillent plus sur le cloud, qui travaillent plus sur le BI. Donc on pense vraiment que ce serait une bonne idée de faire un partnership avec une compagnie de consultation comme ça. Puis aussi, ce serait une excellente idée pour faire le bridge entre vous et possiblement Samsung, par exemple, qui a l'application que Wendy discutait. Donc, en termes d'implémentation, ce qui est bien avec ça, ce qui est bien avec le pouvoir d'avoir un BI ou une intelligence d'affaires qui est séparée d'ERP, c'est qu'on peut faire ça tout en parallèle. Donc, avant, c'était très séquentiel, c'était difficile de voir de la valeur en commençant. Mais maintenant, avec le vendeur, il peut vous faire une démo assez rapidement, il peut s'intégrer rapidement avec vos systèmes. Donc, c'est vraiment de décider vers quel vendeur on va, de décider qu'est-ce qu'on veut exactement avec le vendeur. Donc, comment que ça marche en gros, c'est qu'au lieu d'avoir toute le data qui est clean dans les entrepôts de données dans un ERP, qu'est-ce qu'ils font, c'est qu'ils unifient vraiment toutes les données dans leur système. Ensuite, eux, ils font le cleanage, ils font tout ce qui est le nettoyage, donc qui est à peu près 80% du travail quand on parle d'analyse d'affaires. Et ensuite, donc, avec leur algorithme, vous pouvez chercher, vous pouvez voir justement les résultats rapidement. Et l'implémentation, on pense que ça va durer à peu près de 6 à 9 mois. Étant donné que c'est une solution cloud, c'est beaucoup plus rapide à faire que si c'est une solution qui serait directement hostée. Donc, pour ça, on voit vraiment qu'avec le plan que mes collègues ont présenté pour tout ce qui est de marketing et de montrer justement qu'il y a vraiment une valeur à avoir pardon, ça a mal sorti ça, je vais me reprendre. Avoir une intelligence d'affaires qui est seule, qui donne la valeur aux usagers. Partout dans l'entreprise, vous n'avez pas besoin d'aucun analyste, d'aucune personne qui fait les tableaux de données, ça se fait automatiquement. On pense vraiment que c'est plus facile de convaincre les collègues et justement de réduire les accidents, réduire les blessures et réduire les coûts au final, que c'est un objectif. Donc, pour être sûr qu'on a vraiment bien fait notre travail et qu'on est sûr justement du marketing, on va faire un survey. Donc, ce survey-là, il va aller à peu près sur 2 quarts. Ensuite, on va prendre vraiment une masse spécifique de gens qui ont répondu au survey pour faire le test avec eux. Et finalement, on va aller vers le mass deployment si tout va bien. Donc, pendant tout ce temps-là, bien entendu, vous allez voir le BI. Le BI va vous aider dans ce processus-là en vous donnant plus de données sur qu'est-ce qui se passe.
So in conclusion, what really are the key takeaways here? We want to improve road safety, and we believe that we can do this by targeting a specific younger audience that will provide us with a trickle-down effect in the long run. We're going to reduce specifically speeding and cell phone violations. And we spoke to you about our BI, the audit data, that is separate from the ERP, our application, the auto driver, that will allow us to collect more data, and how it's really going to sell itself when we list all of the different qualities of it. $230 per accident prevented. We think that's the best way to go. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're operating in the public sector.
Yep.
Therefore,
Yes.
we are subject to certain constraints.
Yep.
Cloud. Where is the data going to be stored?
Yeah. So I'll answer to that. So basically, with ThoughtSpot, it's an hardware you buy, so it's an hybrid solution. So you still own the data, but what they do is you have like an hybrid system. Is you have like so the data is hosted in the public sector. You still own the data, but they provide a service in their cloud system. So basically, you still own the data. You still have access to it. And usually with cloud companies, what is powerful is that not powerful, but they have like stricter regulation on owning the data, on security, and on all the risks that you have.
So you thought of clause so that we keep our data inside
Yep.
and we only use the application.
Exactly.
Yes.
Let's go.
The integration data. Here we have a solution that has, the application, Samsung, and information. However, we do also have insurance and functionality. So how do we integrate all this data? Have you thought of that? Integrating all the data to do some scoring and stuff?
So in terms of data migration, we think that we're going to have a system integrator who is going to spend the first 2 quarters of the year by integrating the data with each other. And I think that requires a team of integrators who compile the data to make sure it fits onto the system. But the beauty of these Samsung systems is that it's actually customizable. So they can customize it to really fit with your organization's needs.
Third one, if I may. You're saying Samsung, again, public sector, and you have to allow other companies to join in. Is there any other manufacturer?
Right, so Samsung is really just an example of someone we can use. It's not just like we were saying about all of the systems. This is really just us speaking from our own knowledge of people we know. So in terms of other integrators, other applications that we have heard of, unfortunately I don't actually have a lot of information, but I believe there are a lot of driving apps that are really coming up and a lot of startups have started to work with it. But it's just more cost effective than in-house, I believe, for
You're basing your the auto driver solution on the cell phone. That implies 2 things. One is that the users have cell phones,
Mhm.
and second, that they have a data plan that allows for the transmission of information. One is what's the real economy for the user. The second one is when I feel like speeding, I just don't start the application.
Okay, so actually we thought about how many smartphones will be on the market. So basically the application it doesn't need 3G to work because your phone has a speeding, it can see how fast your phone's going and it can still give you alerts when, when you're driving without data. So we estimate that in the young drivers market, probably just about 80% of young drivers would have smartphones who can supply this application. I think that's a fair estimate for young drivers category, that's our category. So out of this 80%, that's still a pretty big market for us to target. Furthermore, their data can be sent when they're connected to Wi-Fi. So it's automatically sent, it's built into the system, and therefore even if they turn off their app, right when they turn on their phone and open the app again, it automatically just uploads via Wi-Fi towards the system as well. Yeah.
Do you think that currently we have access to the data limits of the different roads? Do you think that the cell phone can speak to the road everywhere across the province at the moment?
Well, maybe not everywhere across the province because there are some areas that maybe have not been mapped yet. However, with Google Maps and other services like Uber, there's a huge need for these areas to be mapped, and we're seeing them getting mapped very, very frequently. So we believe that also moving forward towards 2020, that's already on the front of priorities for many companies, and we will hop on that and be able to take advantage of those services that are being done.
I just think we have enough time, but.
I also have a question regarding the benefits. You are expecting a 30% reduction each year or at the end, and I cannot follow exactly the numbers that you have presented because you presented 4,050 and 500 each year.
I'm happy to answer.
Sorry about that.
I'm happy to answer.
So, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Change the